How's it going, everybody? It's me, it's your friend, Siakor Commentator, and welcome back to yet another episode of the redo of Shadow of Colossus. Last time a Shadow of Colossus redo, we went through a very long introduction spiel, and we also took on the very first Colossus in the game, Valis. This time we're actually going to be taking on the second Colossus in the game. No, not Aggro. We're going to be taking on Quadratus, another tutorial-based boss fight. It's probably going to be a rather short episode. Then again, the first episode was mainly long because of that really long introduction spiel. It was about 10 minutes long. Jesus. Well, most of these Colossi might take a good 10. So what Dorman said right here is true. These are known as shrines. So if you're low on health, simply find a shrine and pray at one. There's at least one shrine near any Colossi domain. This one right here is probably the closest one to Valis that we're gonna get. And if you were to fall in battle, the last shrine that you prayed at is actually the shrine that you'll get put back at. It's like a checkpoint in a way. So simply kneel, crouch down, pray. And notice our stamina gauge increased by a little bit. Every time you defeat a Colossus, your stamina gauge will increase, not to mention your health bar increases. There are other means to do this. There are fruit, and there are silver-tailed lizards. However, I feel like the fruit and the silver-tailed lizards take much longer than to raise your thingies. God damn, Tage talk. So, in my personal opinion, if you want to get full stamina, full HP, simply defeat the Colossus, and you actually have to play this game over and over again to actually get a full stamina gauge, because if you play this game on New Game Plus, it still counts, and you're still able to increase your stamina and your HP bar. By the way, the next Colossus that we need is actually over here in the direction that I'm heading. I might forget to actually raise my sword every now and then, because I've played this game so many times I know where each and every Colossus is. There is something else I want to showcase, but I don't know if I'm going to do it in this episode, because I don't want this episode to be exactly like episode 2 in my first series, so I think I'm just going to go straight for the Colossus. And I actually do have a story to tell about this Colossus in particular. I'll tell the story after this cutscene, because as soon as we enter this area over here... Once again, Sign of Colossus plays. Sign of Colossus won't play for every Colossus that we go to, but it's honestly a really good soundtrack in my personal opinion. So, first story is, so right here in this general area right here. So below us is the cave entrance that we saw in the cutscene right there. I actually tried jumping down from this wall over here, and I got about halfway down, I believe, to that area right there, and the cutscene for the Colossus triggered, and the Colossus just, well, you'll see, but yeah, the Colossus spawned as I was still halfway up there, and I wasn't even anywhere near the Colossus, so I had to jump all the way down, which I found really funny that the hitbox for the cutscene is hitbox the proper term. But yeah, the hitbox for the cutscene was that freaking small. Not to mention, this is a Colossus that I don't even know if my friend has beaten yet, because I talked about this friend in the same episode as my first series, because his name is Indy, and I got him this game for Christmas, and he got to this Colossus, which is the second out of 16, and he said he tried it, he didn't beat it, and that was about a year ago. So I sent him a text message yesterday saying that I'm doing more videos on this game, and I asked him if he beat the Colossus yet. He sent me a text this morning. I haven't read it yet, so I don't know if he actually beat it or not, but... What a way to introduce a Colossus, dude. A violent encounter is hands down one of the top soundtracks in this entire game. So, this is actually the first Colossus where we can actually use aggro. However, aggro is absolutely not needed throughout this Colossus right here. So, Quadratus right here is actually a little different from Valis. Obviously, you know, his design-wise and all that jazz. But fight-wise, he's very different. In order to actually get on top of Valis right here, you're going to want to pull out your bow. And you notice on the soles of his hooves right here, they have these little glowing parts. What you want to do is you want to shoot the soles of his hooves right here with an arrow,
and he'll topple over. I usually go for this one right here in particular because he actually has, three major sigils, and one of which is actually on the left side right here. This is his left side, right? Yeah, his left side right there. Run. And it's easier to get to it if you shoot down this hoove right here. Crap, I keep missing. Man, I'm usually not this bad, but then again, I'm explaining stuff. Ha! Gotcha. So once you shoot him in the hoove right there, quickly run over to him, pull out your sword, jump up onto his fur right here. Now, Quadratus, the only way he can actually damage you is, I don't think fall damage will actually hurt, because believe it or not, you do take fall damage in this game. And if you get up, if you're like up in front of him and right in his face, then he'll raise his front hooves and then he'll stomp down on the ground. And I believe that's his only way of actually harming you. Otherwise, Quadratus is a little more aggressive when trying to shake you off, since he is, I don't even know what animal he's based off of. But the first major sigil we got is right here on his rear end, so what do you say we stab it? Ow! Man, Markiplier would be really happy right now. Old school Markiplier, I should say, because you know how the crazed butt stabber he used to go on and on about. Man, I miss the old Markiplier. Granted, the new Markiplier, or the Markiplier now, he's not bad. He's really good. I mean, he's still the same Mark, obviously, but I miss old school Markiplier. Is that it for that sigil? Okay, that is it for that sigil. And if Colossus has more than one major sigil, then each major sigil takes out a certain amount of their HP bar, and once that amount has been depleted, the sigil will disappear and you have to find another major sigil. And if you're having trouble finding a major sigil, simply raise your sword, and the sword will actually guide you to another major sigil. Oh crap, whoa, that was a terrible explanation right there. But yeah, the sword will actually guide you to another major sigil if you don't know where to find one on top of the Colossus' body. His last major sigil just so happens to be on his head right here. Man, went for, oh crap, he's about to shake. But yeah, tutorial-based boss really isn't that difficult. You shouldn't die to either one, even though I actually do got a story about Valis, but I don't know if I'll actually be able to tell the story. You know what? I will. My first death in this game, I actually did die to Valis, but not on normal difficulty. I actually changed the difficulty to hard, and I friggin' died because Valis stomped his foot right next to where I was, and it just so happened to be an instant kill. And no, he didn't stomp, like, right on me to crush me. He stomped near me, and the aftermath just got me, which freaking surprised me. Also, I need one more hit and this guy is down. Do I have enough stamina? I think I do have enough stamina. Alright, well. 3, 2, 1. Come on. That about does it for this episode. Thank you everybody for joining me back here at another episode of the redo of Shadow of the Colossus. Hope to see you guys back in the next one, and stay fresh, everybody.